So we had the Super Bowl last night. I don't quite know how to express. I still feel cheated. I don't think that ended up being a pro football game. I mean, it was, but that last call. I've looked at it every number of ways. I've listened to every excuse offered. It'd be wonderful if Obama would actually stand up and take responsibility for his mistakes like Pete Carroll has. If Obama had made that call last night and it blew up, Obama, I knew nothing about it. I found out about it when you did, when I watched the replay on TV from the sideline. And he would totally divorce himself from any responsibility. Pete Carroll's, and I don't think it was Pete Carroll's call. It might have been what the offensive coordinator thought Pete Carroll wanted, but it was the offensive coordinator's call. If I were the quarterback, I would have protested. I would have said, no way, we're not running this play. And I've heard them say that, yeah, second down, we have to throw the ball. It's a wasted play. You've got 40 seconds left. You've got a timeout left. You're on the 1 yard line after your beast running back has just gained 4 yards and just barely missed score it. You're going to waste a play because protocol calls in that situation for at least one pass play. Why would you even think about stopping the clock? You would want to run as much time off the clock as possible. In the event you do score, give the Patriots as little time as possible to march down to field goal range. But the play call itself, I've watched it. I've watched that play in a GIF format. It just loops. And that cornerback, the rookie, Butler, he knew that play was coming. If you get a chance and watch that play, look at how far off the line of scrimmage he was. As you're from the defensive perspective from the left side, and look how far he had to go to get there. He could have only made that play if he knew it was coming. And for the life of me, if you are going to throw the ball in that situation, why in the world do you make it obvious Marshawn Lynch is not part of the play? At the snap, Brian, did you see this? At the snap, Marshawn Lynch, who everybody thinks should have gotten the ball, is jogging out to the left flat, totally out of the play. It's instantly visible to the defense, so you don't have to worry about him. And that's one of the keys, I think, for this rookie cornerback. He saw Lynch not even be part of the play. But they had watched tape. They knew the Seahawks ran that play in goal line circumstances. And it was part of the preparation. And when he saw that the quarterback was going to throw, he knew exactly what was coming. Coming a quick slant. I think the offensive receiver didn't run an aggressive route. He didn't get there quick. I've watched it. He didn't really get a good start off the line. I'm just stunned. I'm really stunned. And the way I feel, I know it's going to offend a lot of people, but I don't think and I know Tom Brady had an MVP performance, and he did. And I know he had a great fourth quarter line. I know that he won that game in the fourth quarter for the Patriots from their perspective. There's no doubt, there's no question Brady's greatness is enshrined, and no beef with that. But I don't think the Patriots won that game. The Seahawks lost that game. Now, you might say, well, but the defense still had to perform. They still had to intercept the pass. I understand that. And from the Patriots' defensive side, brilliant execution, and they spotted it. I knew something was weird. We've got 40 seconds left, and Belichick does not call a timeout. And I'm going to tell you what's going to happen. As this all settles, I'm going to I predicted to you, by the way, that this Super Bowl will be the highest-rated Super Bowl ever. Grab audio soundbite number 1. Made this prediction. We had phone calls last week, people who thought that Deflategate would do great damage to the integrity of the game, and it would cause people to be distracted from it. And I said, au contraire, Pierre. Don't believe all this talk about this being a blight on the game, a blight on Goodell, another black eye for the NFL. My God, they're going to have the highest ratings a Super Bowl has ever had. And they did. They had almost a 49 share in the overnights. Before this is all over, they're going to be over 50 in the Super Bowl record. There was no question. So I'm going to make another prediction to you. Because one of the keys in that last play, and I know, folks, I know that this is for the sports talk shows and so forth, but we talk about everything here. There are no boundaries on this program. And I'm telling you, This thing has the country captivated. This is to do nothing but raise the NFL to even greater heights. You would think that this would do great. No. This is going to raise the NFL to even greater heights. But this play is going to have a lifetime legacy for people. And this play is going to have a lifetime effect on the mental attitudes of the defensive players of the Seahawks. I guarantee you that in the locker room, the defense of the Seahawks, I mean, they're the ones that are scratching it. Well, the offense, too. I mean, nobody can understand it. But here's what's going to happen. Here's what the legend is Belichick's genius. And that's how this is all going to end up. Tell you what's going to happen. Belichick didn't call timeout. 40 seconds left. Second and goal. 40 seconds. The story is that the Patriots had capitulated, given it meaning, let them score with as much time left and get down for a field goal that would tie it. That's the thinking. Capitulation, not conceding. Capitulate, just don't contest. Let them score the touchdown. This last made its appearance, this capitulation. There was a similar situation in the Green Bay Denver Super Bowl in San Diego, where Mike Holmgren let the Broncos score. They were going to anyway, down to 1 or 2 yard. They get the ball back with as much time as you can to take it back down to tying field goal or a winning touchdown. So Belichick doesn't call timeout. There's 40 seconds left. The Seahawks don't call timeout. Therefore, there aren't any major substitutions going on. So Pete Carroll says, well, we didn't have the personnel to go up against what they had on the goal line down there. We had 3 receivers out there. That's not a goal line offense. And everybody said, what goal line off? You've got your beast here. You can score half a yard with just exhaling, for crying out. This guy can't be stopped. It was situational football that was overruled by pre-planning, overthinking, and in a situation when we got 4 downs at the goal line, we're going to make one of those plays a pass. And they didn't change that. They didn't adapt to the situation. Belichick is going to be said to be a genius. What's going to be said, and it may have been said already other place, I don't know, because I haven't listened, as I never do. But the key, Belichick not calling a timeout, they're going to say that Belichick not calling a timeout lured Pete Carroll into making the mistake. That Belichick's genius, by having the defensive personnel in the game that he had at that point, was a lure. They were tempting. They were daring. They made Carroll throw the ball. They didn't want the beast running the football right at them. They wanted the Seahawks to throw the ball, and by not calling that timeout, that creates in the Seahawks mindset that the Patriots have capitulated. They're not even making any substitutions, not changing their personnel on the goal line. And so that's where this notion that you can waste a play comes. And they have used that lingo. Carroll, the coach, has used it. Yeah, second down, throw it, waste a play. Why would you even think about wasting a play? It's a Super Bowl. It's like in baseball, when a pitcher gets up on a hitter 0-2, 2 strikes, no balls, there's a common phrase used that the next pitch is wasted. And there's no such thing. There's no wasted pitch. What that actually means is the pitcher's not going to throw a strike. He's going to tempt the hitter with the corners. He's going to try to lure the hitter into swinging a bad pitch. But it's not wasted. It has a purpose. When you say the play is wasted, you're basically saying the play has no purpose other than to set him up for what? But everybody knew that Lynch was going to be coming at some point. But the way they lined up with Lynch, not even part of play action, he fake running the ball. If they would have just faked running the ball to Lynch, they would have held the cornerbacks and the linebackers for the split second to make that play work. They didn't even do that. They sent Lynch just jogging out toward the left end zone. I was stunned. The left pylon. I watched that. When Belichick didn't call a timeout, I jabbed Kath and I said, wait, something's up here. This is not right. They got to be called. They got to stop the clock here. You need 40 seconds, 35 seconds on the clock after the score. Everybody assumed that the Seahawks were going to score here. Except Malcolm Butler, the rookie cornerback for the New England Patriots, who saw that play coming a mile away because he'd watched tape. And the Seahawks, they do have that tendency. They do run When they're in the goal line, first and goal, on the one of their plays is always a pass. And they wanted to run that quick slant because they figured a little chance for a pick. Worst chance is it gets tipped up in the air and intercepted. But the odds are you either complete it or it goes incomplete. Some people have said, right, Rush, that looked like pass interference. You see Butler knock the offensive receiver to the ground, and not everybody has equal right to the football. The reason the receiver, his name is Lockett, I believe, the reason he was knocked to the ground is that he wasn't going 100% on the route, folks. And no, I didn't have any money on the game, and no, I had no investment in somebody winning or losing. Well, I did, but it doesn't matter to my feeling about this. But I'm still, and if I'm feeling this, I can't imagine the way the people on the Seahawks are feeling. And this is a decision. This is going to never stop. This play is now in NFL Films lore. They're going to be doing 30-minute and 60-minute programs on this play. That is how strange